This original WSRE presentation is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
When it comes to the arts, Northwest Florida may be among the best kept secrets in the nation. There are arts of all kinds in our viewing area in abundance. The State of the Arts in Northwest Florida, Part 3, is coming up next on this latest edition of In Studio. Ask anyone who knows. Northwest Florida is a true hidden gem in so many realms, but the area is being discovered again, if you will, when it comes to natural beauty, amenities, and just overall quality of life. People are moving to this area, businesses are expanding and locating here, and building seems to be booming. We hear time and time again that the plethora of arts in Northwest Florida, available to those all over our viewing area, many times closes the deal for people thinking of moving to Pensacola. And for those of us already here, well, it's just a perk. So many arts, so tonight, the State of the Arts in Northwest Florida, Part 3. We are talking performing arts this evening with the Pensacola Opera, Pensacola Little Theater, the UWF Center for Fine and Performing Arts, and the Performing Arts Department at Pensacola State College. First up, starting us out in grand opera style, some friends from the Pensacola Opera. Jerome Shannon, the Executive Director, Music Director, and Principal Conductor for the opera. Jerome Shannon is celebrating 25 seasons as a professional operatic pianist, coach, and conductor. In addition to Pensacola, Maestro Shannon has held leadership positions with opera companies in Boston and Virginia, and he's conducted nearly 500 performances of over 50 operatic and musical theater titles. And Chandra McKern, who joined Pensacola Opera in 2015 and now serves as its managing director. Previously, she served as Director of Education and Outreach at Nashville Opera and was also Education Director at Pensacola Opera from 2009 to 2012. McKern is one of a small slate selected to join the 2016 Opera America Leadership Intensive Program and is a 2017 Leadership Pensacola member. Both well qualified to talk arts tonight. So thank you to both of you for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having us.
So happy to have you here. Chandra, let's just talk really quickly about that last thing I mentioned about the leadership. You're out and about quite a bit, and the opera's all part of that.
Sure, yeah. No, I've had many wonderful opportunities this year. First, of course, was Opera America Leadership Intensive Program. They selected applicants from across the world, really. In Europe, the United States, all the opera companies, they selected 12 of us to go to New York City for a week.
Nice.
To be part of this program. And then, of course, I'm part of the LEAP program here in Pensacola this season.
So you bring those things that you've learned back to this area,
absolutely.
I'm sure.
Hopefully tools that I can bring back to the opera company.
Yes. Jerome, tell us about how long you've been here. I've shared some of that in the open, but and what you're finding with the Pensacola Opera.
Well, I've been conducting with the company, I think now for almost 15, maybe more years. I started off just conducting performances, then was made the music director and principal conductor. And then when we were looking for a new executive director, we did some interviews, and they asked if I would apply for the position, and I did. So that's my position now, is executive director, plus continuing the music responsibilities.
I would imagine that having had those music responsibilities, you're better able to executive direct.
Well, it's definitely an idea that if you know what your product is, it helps you create it. And opera is this incredible art form that involves every element in the theater. There's the symphony, chorus, soloist, scenery, dancers, costumes, wigs and makeup, lighting. I mean, everything in the arts is involved in opera, and every one of those elements need your attention.
It's just incredible that you can put all of that together. Now you're entering the 34th season.
This is our 40th season, yes.
Wow, and what kinds of things can we expect?
Well, we will repeat a production that we actually did when the new Sanger opened, and
Yes.
congratulations to you on your
Thank you.
well-earned accolades. And we were thrilled to do Aida to open the Sanger about 7 years ago, and we'll be bringing Aida back with an incredible cast. Our principal role, Aida, just made her La Scala debut in Milan, in Italy.
Wow.
And now will come directly to us. She's an
Amazing.
international opera star, Mary Elizabeth Williams, and other favorites of our audience here. And then in March, we'll be doing the Florida premiere of an opera that was presented first in 2000 in San Francisco. It's based on the novel Dead Man Walking by Sister Helen Prejean, who has a ministry in New Orleans. And it is the operatic setting of her life and her dedication to a ministry to death row inmates.
Wow, how did that come about, and how do you turn that into an operatic performance?
Well, it's the composer and the librettist. The composer is Jake Heggie, who is, without a doubt, the most successful American opera composer of the moment. Dead Man Walking, which was premiered in 2000 in San Francisco, has actually had 40 unique productions around this country and the world. He had the great luck of Terrence McNally, the Tony Award-winning playwright, who crafted the libretto, and Jake will say, this is Terrence's show. He crafted it and made it such a wonderful opera. You can imagine that the story would lend itself to the stage, but it is definitely operatic in proportion. And I've had the great luck of doing 4 other productions around the country, and I've never been so impacted by an opera. I think because it's of our time, and it's also about this woman, Sister Helen, and her life. And she's an amazing person, and she will be here with us in Pensacola
you're
in
kidding.
March. Yes, both she and Jake will come. It is the Florida premiere of this piece.
Wow, what a coup. How do you attract world-class talent like this to come to the Pensacola area?
Well,
I would imagine it's a
auditions.
joint effort.
Auditions,
Yeah, yeah.
And the one great thing about having a partner like Chandra is that she herself has a degree in singing from Indiana University. And then also has, she was speaking about the leadership training, but also experience working in the for-profit industry when she was living in Manhattan. And that combination is a great combination because you have the knowledge of the industry and music and opera, plus you have the experience of working in business. And you definitely need both. We create a great environment for our singers. Who would not want to come to Pensacola in January, or depending on where you are, in March? It's a beautiful place to be. The man who's going to be singing the lead in Dead Man Walking actually will finish a run of this at Washington National Opera in Washington, D.C., and then fly to us the next day and start rehearsals with us.
Amazing.
So they love coming to Pensacola. We love having them. We treat them well. And they know that we do quality productions.
Yeah. Well, I said in the open that it was kind of a hidden gem, and I'd like to ask both of you, and I'll ask you, Chandra, what is it about this area that attracts you when you do have such wonderful backgrounds? You could work anywhere, and you're here. I don't know that all of our viewers are aware of the world-class talent that we do have in this area.
Sure, and just as our maestro said, I really think that's it. I mean, it's the quality of product that a smaller regional company is able to present here in Pensacola, and I think that's rare. The quality of singers that we bring in with the Pensacola Symphony, and we use the ballet, just the overall product that we deliver is, I compare it to anything out there, including the Metropolitan Opera and some of the biggest A houses in the country. So I think that's rare for a small regional company.
And what are we seeing here on the screen right now? This is from
Oh,
one
dear.
of your earlier productions.
Where did you get that? No. That's actually from last year's Merry Widow. And this is a tambourine dance.
Okay. How
Where
fun.
all of the gentlemen who are there engage in sort of this crazy number about women and about how can you live with them and how can you live without them. And then as the number goes on, actually as the encore of the number,
Oh, yeah?
Tambourines become involved, and it becomes a very stylized, choreographed number. But that was last year's Merry Widow.
How fun. Well, for somebody who's never been to an opera, obviously we have something that's quite fun like this, singing about women and tambourines involved and high energy, and then Dead Man Walking and Aida, and there's just so much diversity and richness and depth. For someone who has not attended an opera, tell them why they should.
Well, the first thing to know is that opera is not Italian for root canal. It actually is fun, and it is a great story. I'm actually quite encouraged by all of the shows that we have on network TV about singing, The Voice and America's Got Talent and all of those singers. Singing is something we all can do. We all have a voice. We use it in various ways. Now, when it's trained for the operatic stage, it becomes like the greatest purveyor and conveyor of human emotion. So whether that emotion is comedy or fun or tragedy and sad, the human voice, when it is trained, conveys these emotions in a way which, even in a theater of 1,500 people, is so palpable and so powerful that you actually feel it in you.
Incredible. What about the community supporting the opera? I think you have some fundraisers coming up.
We do, yeah. We do 2 big fundraisers a year. We do one in the fall in October, our Jukebox Gala, which just happened. And then we have our Operazzi Ball coming up on April 22nd at Scopolo's at New World. This year's theme is based off of our production of Aida, so it's going to be called Operazzi on the Nile. And it's really just a great evening for everyone. There's a live and silent auction, entertainment, great dinner, dancing.
So people can find out more about that. They can call the opera or go onto your website. I want to ask Jerome about the Artist in Residence program. We have a short amount of time left, but tell me about that.
Well, this is our 14th year for this program, where we bring young artists into our community and they live among us. 4 singers, a pianist, sometimes a stage manager. And these are young, promising talent, usually just finished a master's degree, so they're ready to get out into the industry. And they live with us. We had them here for 8 weeks in the fall. They'll be back with us for 11 weeks, starting in January. They perform all throughout our community. They do pop-up performances. They perform in our main stage productions. They do in-school performances. This year it's Goldie B. Locks and the 3 Singing Bears.
How exciting.
And those are all free. And then one of the last things that they'll do this year is they'll perform with the Choral Society of Pensacola as their soloists.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Well, you guys are doing great work. If anybody wants to know more, they can contact you, and tickets would be good.
Go to our website. They can call us, stop in, say hi.
Great. Well, thank you for taking your time out and coming in.
Here.
We'll look forward to seeing the shows this coming season. Next, we go from the opera to community theater. The Little Theater is coming up. After this short break, you're watching in studio on WSRE TV, PBS for the Gulf Coast. Stay right here. You're watching In Studio. Tonight we're discussing the state of the performing arts in our area. We're moving from the opera to the well-loved Pensacola Little Theater. PLT is currently celebrating 80 continuous seasons. We're so happy to be joined by a longtime key player with the Pensacola Little Theater, Kathy Holsworth. Kathy has been artistic director for PLT since 2015. She also worked for PLT from 2000 to 2005 and has been a volunteer with that organization since 1996. She holds several degrees in education, communication, and leadership. Kathy is a teacher, zoo educator, and WSRE membership manager. She's with Impact 100, a singer, seamstress, art supporter, and self-described nonprofit junkie. Join the club. Welcome, Kathy Holsworth, and thank you for joining us on this special edition of In Studio. You know, it's part 3 of the state of the performing arts in Northwest Florida, and we're just spreading all the good stuff around.
Well, I'm so proud to be here, and I love what you're doing for the community. I'm proud to be on the show.
Well, thank you. And 80 years, you
That's
guys
right.
just produced a really well-made little 2-minute piece, and I think it kind of sums up how you're celebrating.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
Sure. I'm Kathy Holsworth. I'm the artistic director here at Pensacola Little Theater, and we are celebrating 80 years of community theater here in Pensacola. Pensacola Little Theater was started in 1936 during Roosevelt's Putting America Back to Work, and we've been doing theater ever since then. We have more than 150 people here celebrating with us, and that is board members and guild members and subscribers, people who have performed on stage and worked backstage and made the money that helped us to own this building and let it be our forever home. That makes us really special as a community theater.
We're in a building that's over 100 years old, and it's been home to the Pensacola Little Theater for 20 years. Theater is so important to the community for so many different reasons. And what an asset the people who come through this theater are to the community.
I did my first play at Pensacola Little Theater in 1990. It was the best little whorehouse in Texas, and I walked in off the street and got the role of Miss Mona, and I've been playing ever since here. I've been on the board for a number of years. I'm a past president of the board, and I love Pensacola Little Theater. It's in my heart.
I've been on the board of directors of the Pensacola Little Theater Cultural Center for several years, 3 of which I served as president of the organization. Great thrill. I love the theater. I love the magic of live theater. My children were active in the theater when they were small, and gave me the passion to volunteer at the theater.
I spent my life in the performing arts as an entertainer. I serve on a lot of boards in Pensacola. I have more fun and do more good on this board than any board I serve on. This is something that puts back in the community, and we all get a chance to participate.
Great video there, and Kathy is here with us talking about 80 years. Wow.
That's
and
right.
the future too. So that looked like a fun evening.
It was, and actually it's the convergence of several things happening at once. PLT as an organization is celebrating 80 seasons. The building that we're in is now 105 years old, and we have been in that building for 20 round years. So it's an exciting year for the organization. We've had some leadership changes, and I'm excited to be on as artistic director, following in huge footsteps Ron Roston and Jerry Ahillen as past artistic directors. Really left an important footprint to our community. So I'm proud to take my turn after finishing my master's at UWF. It seemed like the right thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we are super proud of our historic building. Our very strong board of trustees like Valerie and Bubba and Hal and Danny that you saw in the video have made sure that we own our building. It's an unusual opportunity for a nonprofit community theater to not have to move from space to space. We no longer have to do that. So we consider it part of our mission to take care of our historic building too.
And it's a fabulous venue. It's
is.
so much fun to be there. One thing that we want to talk about is we call it the Pensacola Little Theater. There's nothing little about that place. So
It's true.
sometimes there's, you know, the misconception maybe that it's just for kids. Or let's talk about that. What have you seen over the years, and how do you explain that to a viewer that might not understand about the Pensacola Little Theater? What is it?
Perfect, great question. So the Pensacola Little Theater is housed inside the Pensacola Cultural Center. So our building is more than a theater. We have Ballet Pensacola on the 3rd floor. We have West Florida Literary Federation on the 2nd floor. And we've had different nonprofits that have lived with us, including the Children's Chorus, who started there before they had their own building. And even Liberty Bible Church has one of their campuses there currently on Sunday mornings. So it is a conglomeration that we're allowed to be in this big building, but the name Little Theater is what allows us to say we have that 80 continuous years of community theater history. That is a term that came up during the Roosevelt and generation and the Depression. And so being called a little theater just means that you are community. Nobody gets paid to act, design, or direct our shows. We do have a paid staff that administrates the building, but community theater means that all of our performers, designers, and artists are volunteers. And I even sign contracts that say I don't pay anybody except for my orchestra. We do have all of our musicians are the same musicians that you see with the opera, the symphony, children's chorus. They get paid their scale to be there. But what our performing artists do, they do for the love of the craft, and they do it as volunteers in the community.
And they're quite amazing. It seems like there's a lot of talent in this area. How do you find it?
Well, we have open auditions for every show. It's one of the things that also makes this community theater. We can't pay you, but we will give you the opportunity to practice your craft. So we have open auditions where people can see everybody else audition. That makes it feel fair. It also gives you the opportunity to learn as a non-professional player. But that doesn't mean that our players are less than professional quality. These are your community neighbors and friends who have chosen Pensacola and Northwest Florida as the space where they want to live and work. And so they do this for free at Pensacola Little Theater just because they've chosen, for instance, not to go to New York or LA. And many of our players bounce right off of our stage into a professional field. They learn the craft starting with our classes and being in shows and being a part of our teams while they go through school, even college, and then decide to go try it on their own. We have so many great names that have crossed our stages that are now professionals in the field, but the people who stay here and tell you those stories live on stage are equally good. They've just chosen to stay in their hometown.
Absolutely. A lot of people have figured out this is a pretty great place to be, and so they choose to be here where they could be somewhere else. You talk about classes. You've got classes for everybody?
Right. So it's one of the things that makes PLT great is that we grow our performers. So we have a thriving education program. We have a brand new education director. His name is Perry Jones. We're very excited for his new tenure. And we teach classes from 4 years old all the way up through adults. Different classes are divided by fall and spring. We have a great summer camp schedule. Our adult classes usually meet in the evenings, but our kids' classes are after-school activities, and so we offer that for all ages. And you can find out more about those educational opportunities on our website.
So tell me, the classes may be in acting?
Right. So we also use the talents that are currently in our community. So the classes may be theater-based. Our little ones learn Broadway Babies, and basically that is storytelling and how do I express my imagination, getting them in touch with their bodies, which instead of just running around aimlessly, they got a purpose to their imagination. And then, if we have a puppeteer in town, we may teach that. We've taught stage combat before. We've taught pantomime before, music theater when we have the right teacher. So we pull in from the educational talents to create the classes that the community demands.
And speaking of the community, what do you think something like the Pensacola Little Theater provides to the community in terms of quality of life? What do you think the arts do for a community?
Well, for me, what I have seen, having an education background and worked in other nonprofits, what I love about what PLT does is it gathers people together that may not have that resource in either their school or their particular community. People who may feel like they're on the fringe, that nobody understands them, they come to PLT and they become a part of a play or a musical or a class, and they discover the other people who are weird just like they are. And that creates a sense of self. It creates a sense of humanity, belonging and understanding. And, you know, it goes back to that old proverb about hyacinths for the soul, is that it's very important that we take care of the hungry and the homeless, but the arts, whether it's symphony, opera, the museum, theater, singing, acting, playing the violin, all of those things are important to us because that's what makes us human. And our thriving arts community, to me, is what makes Pensacola a great city.
We've got about 2 minutes. Have you heard the stories I've heard that people say, as soon as I took somebody into the Little Theater, I took them into the Sanger, they were sold on moving here?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. We have all of the primary arts, and we shouldn't in a city our size, and yet we are blessed with that. And so I encourage people to give it a try. Come see a play. You're not coming to see somebody's school recital. This is top quality theater, and it's one of my favorite things when we are talking to guests afterwards. They're like, "Where are you guys from? Where did this troupe come from?" They're your neighbors. It's the teachers, the lawyers, the students, the doctors, the truck drivers that choose to practice their craft for free for you as a community service and for their own mental health.
How fun and how special. We've got about a minute. Let's talk about some of the shows coming up.
Okay, great. So I'm currently directing a production of On Golden Pond that will be on stage opening January the 20th. Really excited about that super strong cast. We've got our big musicals coming up in the spring, My Fair Lady, Footloose in June, and we've got terrific studio favorites like Short Attention Span Theater and Wonder the World in our studio space. So great stuff this spring.
And Charlotte's Web, right?
Charlotte's Web, that's right. That's our next Treehouse production. So again, open auditions. If you think that there's a show that's right for you, come and give it a go.
And I see Cats too.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Now that's the first time that's been produced by a local troupe here, and that will be our big summer production. So if you got a dancer in your family, have them come out and be a cat in our production of Cats this summer.
That sounds great. So they can go to your website or come down and visit you and
Absolutely.
find out more.
Absolutely.
Keep up the great work, Kathy.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
We appreciate it all.
My pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, we're discussing the state of the performing arts and the roles they play in enhancing our lives. Up next, we'll talk with representatives of the University of West Florida's Center for Fine and Performing Arts. We'll be back in a moment. Stay right here.
American Graduate is proud to recognize a champion for education.
Early Steps is a service for children birth to age 3 that if you have an inkling that your child might have any kind of developmental delay, or if the doctor might say, you know, you should get this checked out, Early Steps is a place to refer them for a comprehensive developmental evaluation.
If a parent thinks their child is having a speech delay, is not walking on time, or is having some sensory issues, if you have concerns, it would be good to contact us.
And the great thing about it is if they qualify for the services, these services are provided to the family at no cost.
We have lots of professionals in Early Steps, speech therapists, physical therapists, occupational therapists, and we work together as a team.
Jace has Down syndrome, so they've been a total blessing to us and our family in getting us connected with the resources that we need for him in his development, as well as connecting us with other families to share and to go along the journey together.
what we do with our services is going to maximize our child's development and minimize delays that may occur by the time that they're going to school.
Biggest hope is to be able to get him ready for at least kindergarten so that he can have a good fighting chance with the other students so that he doesn't have the same developmental problems that he's having right now.
But the successes that we see are phenomenal. A lot of times parents will be told, your child will never do this. They won't walk or they won't talk, and they get very discouraged.
Early Steps and the resources that it gives Jace the best opportunity to thrive, whatever that may be, and to allow him to be what he is going to be.
Small steps are huge steps for these kids.
Can you pancake?
Yes, you are.
Pancake.
Yeah.
Early Steps, supporting families on the path to help children learn and develop to their full potential. For more stories of champions, visit americangraduate.org.
This is In Studio on WSRE-TV, PBS for the Gulf Coast. Our topic tonight, the performing arts. Our guests for this segment are from the University of West Florida's Center for Fine and Performing Arts. It's a prime destination for arts and culture in this area. The center's mission is to educate audiences, engage and enrich the community, and inspire the creation of art. They're doing this and much more at UWF. And joining us to tell us all about it, Dr. Sheila Murphy Dunn, chair of the UWF Department of Music, Sarah Schock, assistant professor of musical theater, and Jerry Brisky, the director of the Center for Fine and Performing Arts. Now, Dr. Dunn joined the music department in 2009. She holds degrees in music and vocal performance from Indiana University Jacobs School of Music and the Oberlin Conservatory of Music. She maintains an active performing career, particularly as a concert artist and recitalist. She's performed with operas and symphonies all around the country. Sarah Schock has been with the theater department since 2015. She has earned an MFA in acting from Brandeis University and a BFA in musical theater from SUNY Fredonia. And at UWF, she combines her experience from over 150 professional productions with her passion for teaching students the techniques of the profession. This year, she appeared on stage as the ghost of Christmas Past in the 10th anniversary production of A Christmas Carol. I wish I could get to everything. Also with us, Jerry Brisky, who joined the university in 2006. Jerry holds an MSA in Public Administration from UWF and a BFA in Theater from Auburn. Before moving to Pensacola, Jerry worked for over 15 years in professional theater up and down the East Coast, including 7 years as a talent agent in New York City, and most recently directing and managing an international touring company based out of Philadelphia. So welcome to all of you, and thanks for joining us. You have such impressive resumes. I want to put it all out there so people know we know what we're talking about a little bit. I'm going to start with Jerry.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on, talking about the center and being here. You've been all over the place. What brings you here, and how do you feel about the talent around here?
Well, it was pretty amazing. When I came down for the interview way back when, I grew up in Alabama. Was born and raised, and would come down here for the beach and stuff like that as a kid. I had no clue of the amount of arts and culture we have here. And so doing my research before I came down, I was amazed that we have so much artistic environment here, such an artistic environment here. And it was just absolutely incredible to see that. And that was before I even really knew what the UWF and the center was doing. And we've grown so much in the 10 years I've been here as well. It's pretty amazing now. We're doing about 120 events a year between art, music, and outside organizations who use our facility, from dance troupes to whatever. And 8 to 10 art gallery exhibitions.
Wow.
And we're bringing about 30,000 people into our building every year. you know, each year. So it's some amazing stuff that's happening, both within the university structure as well as just in general from an artistic standpoint.
You bring in some incredible professors. I know you've had some very interesting people that are able to teach your students some amazing art.
Right. Yeah, it's really incredible. I handle most of the non-academic stuff, but I get to work with these incredible artists, and that's kind of been my background coming into this from an administrative standpoint, is trying to make sure all that administrative stuff is taken care of, where they can just create art, and whether that's the teaching aspect of it as well. I mean, you know, like you said, we've got some amazing and incredible teachers who've come in as over the last 10 years to be a part of the community here, and that involvement isn't just in our building, but it's out to the general artistic community across the city as well.
That's great. So it benefits everybody, not just the students. I'm going to pop over to Sheila and talk about the music department and some of the performances that you offer.
Well, wonderful. We have several ensembles, and each ensemble does a minimum of 2 to 3 performances per semester. So throughout the year, we are busy, and we have the UWF Singers, and Chamber Choir, Symphonic Band. We have Jazz Combo Jazz Band, the Rungi Strings. We also have a wonderful class that is chamber music, and they have a monthly downtown concert at the Old Christ Church. So community outreach is a big part of what we do as well. And it's exciting to bring people on campus, but it's also exciting to take it downtown. And some exciting performances we have this spring. I can't believe it's already. Let's see, we have a Music Hall Artist Series, and we're bringing in on January 17th, John Nakamatsu. He is a Van Cliburn Gold Medal winner. I think the only pianist, one of the only Americans to win that competition and or distinction. And he's going to give a master class, and it's this wonderful opportunity for our students to work with a professional, and it's astounding. These people have these national and international careers, and they are so generous and kind, and they teach our students what's expected from them as a professional when they graduate, and what's expected from them as they pursue graduate studies, or if they're going to go out into the community and teach. I also want to mention we have another Music Hall Artist Series. Let's see, it's March 30th. We have Christopher Creviston and Hannah Creviston, saxophone. Mm-hmm. And another really exciting one is our 11th annual All Steinway School celebration. We have received a tremendous gift a number of years ago. So all of our pianos are Steinways.
Wow, what does that mean for this area?
It's truly something that's coveted among music schools. The greatest, Oberlin, where I went, was an all Steinway school, I think the first one. And it just, frankly, it means that you've got some really impressive instruments in every studio and practice room and on our performance stages. And sometimes I joke, even if my students aren't in tune, my piano is. But,
and you help them bring it up to tune, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
of course.
Absolutely. So, well, and I want to talk more about that as we have time, but I want to get with Sarah and welcome you to the area, because you haven't been here that long. You've been all over the place. So
yes.
What brought you here?
Well, I've always loved to travel, and I lived in Nashville, which is upper South, I'll say, and I always loved living there. I love the people. I love the commitment to the arts, and so when this job came up, I was actually doing a production of Sound of Music in New Hampshire, where I'm a resident actress at the New London Barn Playhouse. And it came about very quickly, and I flew down here for, I think, 24 hours, and the minute I got off the plane, Howard Reddy, who's one of our friends at the School of Theater, He took me right to the beach.
Oh yeah, that's what we do.
Right off the plane, I was dressed all in black, and I got my little picture taken at the beach. And I thought, wow, okay, the weather, great, because I grew up in Cleveland. So the weather was definitely a key factor. But then they brought me to the campus, and there were two things that really, I guess, piqued my interest. The school the property is so large, we have room to grow. And I think that's one of the best and most magical things about UWF is that we are unlimited as far as our growth goes. And when I went into the CFPA and got my tour, they had all of the photos from all the productions for, I would say, the past, I don't know, Jerry, you can tell me.
10 years.
10
11.
years. And I thought, look at how proud these people are of their productions and what they're doing, and they're just at a place to grow. And I'm young, and I want to be in a place that wants to grow, and so I fell in love.
Hidden gem for sure. Yes. And tell me, we don't have a whole lot of time, but I want to hear about some of the great musical theater productions coming up, some of the other theatrical.
Our next production is of Evita by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. We're very excited about that. It's going to be very large and magical, and we are building the costumes, and we have some beautiful vintage pieces, but it's a really exciting time to be telling her story with some women's empowerment and things like that. And then we are taking down our production of Romeo and Juliet to the Sanger Theater, and we are really thrilled about that.
That'll be exciting.
And one interesting thing about Romeo and Juliet is that not only is it all student cast, but it's all student designed as well. Nice. So it gives our students that professional opportunity, not only to work from it's not just going to be UWF on the resume, it's going to be the Sanger Theater on their resume when they graduate. So it's a really incredible opportunity for our design tech students as well.
Absolutely. That's a world-class facility,
yes,
I would
it
say.
is.
Now, for somebody such as Sheila who left and came back, what happened there?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I did my education and then I moved to New York and was really enjoying auditioning and performing, and everyone auditions for Pensacola Opera in New York City, everyone. And so, of course, I did. And I had lost connection with the current people. At the time, it was, still is, Kyle Marrero. And so when I went in, I just pretended to be a New York soprano, and they hired me. And then Ivan hit, and they called to say, listen, we're not going to be able to put you up out at the beach. We're going to have to put you with patron housing. And I said, well, I'll just stay with my parents. Yeah. and one thing led to another. I to have the kind of academic, UWF and a regional house in the same city is a really special, unusual thing, and I didn't want to leave. And I'm just so thrilled that the Avenue at the university. I finished my artist in residence, and I just started teaching and haven't stopped. So.
Wow, that's wonderful. And would you all agree that the state of the arts are doing pretty well?
They're incredible and growing. That's the pretty amazing part. So many places the arts are floundering, and here they're just more and more successful. It seems like every year, which is pretty impressive.
And you guys are doing great work out there.
Well,
We're
thank
certainly
you.
trying. Yes.
I think we all make a concerted effort to collaborate as much as possible as well.
Absolutely.
Involve the children's chorus or our local high schools, and it's the symphony. Without a question, you turn around and you're collaborating with someone in town.
Yes,
it's
certainly.
a very vibrant community.
Well, and we could certainly talk about it all day long, but what I would encourage people to do is to contact you or contact the university, the Center for Fine and Performing Arts, and find out what's going on and get out there. It's a lot closer than we think. I know, it's a lot closer than we think, especially if you've lived in New York, Houston, or Nashville. All right, thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, well, you're watching in studio the State of the Arts Part 3. When we return after this break, we'll be talking performing arts at Pensacola State College. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Unlock your newest member benefit. Over 1,000 episodes of your favorite PBS shows. American Masters, Antiques Roadshow, Nature, Nova, Masterpiece. Watch the best of PBS anytime, anywhere. Become a member, sign in, and start streaming today.
This is In Studio, where tonight's topic is the state of the arts in our area, Part 3. Part 1 in September covered some of the performing arts in our area, and in November we discussed the visual arts. But because our arts community is so prolific, we are continuing our look now at more of the performing arts. The Performing Arts Department at PSC plays a vital role at the college and in our community as a whole. Since it began in 1957, the department has served thousands of students and area citizens. It's a comprehensive department with so much to offer. And here to talk about it now, Don Snowden and Dr. Rodney Whatley. Don Snowden is District Academic Department Head of the Performing Arts Department at PSC. He has served the college for some 29 years, the last 25 as Department Head and Director of Bands. He also conducts the Pensacola Civic Band and has performed in the Pensacola Symphony Orchestra for the last 38 years. Dr. Rodney Whatley is the Director of Theater at PSC. He holds many degrees, including a PhD from Florida State University. He's a scholar on the works of David Mamet and has served as a mentor and adjudicator throughout the South for theater competitions and clinics, both ultra qualified to discuss the current state of the arts, the performing arts, particularly in Northwest Florida. Welcome to both of you gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I know it's a busy time of year. It's December. It seems like there are theater productions and music productions going on constantly. I'm going to start with Don because I know Don was with the children's chorus this past weekend. You had Civic Band last night, Civic Band tonight, so you're a real trooper to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So tell us about December and all year in this area in terms of arts.
Well, especially during the month of November, December, we're very busy, especially if you're an instrumentalist. Like I'm busy almost every night until Christmas. But the arts are vital and we're very prolific in our area. I'm very happy to be here working in this environment.
And PSC certainly has such a role in music in this area. I know people go out there and take vocal lessons and all kinds of instrumental lessons. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we are a transfer program at the college. We prepare students to go to universities. Our curriculum mirrors them for about half the price of a university. And we also have a lot of other things that involve the community. We have the Pensacola Civic Band, which the college sponsors, and the Choral Society of Pensacola. So we have actually groups that people outside of the college students can be involved with. And in our theater programs, community people can audition for our plays, which Dr. Whiteley will talk about in a little while.
All right, well, we'll move on over to theater for a few minutes and talk about that. So often when people think of Pensacola State College, they think the students can go there and get a wonderful education in whatever they choose, but they know that the performing arts and theater are really, really good, but they don't know that community members can get involved as well.
Our shows are wide open to everybody. Our mission is dual in nature in that we are a community theater organization as well as being an educational organization. So our auditions are open for everybody. So all you got to do is come in and be ready to read, be ready to sing, be ready to dance. Well, learn how to dance. We'll teach you, no problem. Just come on in. We'd love to work with everybody.
Really? So somebody says, I'm really interested in the performing arts and yet I don't have a background. I think I might have a propensity. They can come see you.
Absolutely. The auditions are just fill out the form and get on the stage.
Wow. How often do those take place?
We have auditions in January. In fact, our next audition is for Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire. January 23rd and 24th, and it has characters aging and ranging in age from their early 20s to their late 70s. So I really do need members of the community to come out for Tennessee Williams' Streetcar Named Desire. And then we have 4 shows that we do every year. Our next auditions will be in April. I'll really need the community's support for that too. The auditions in April, April 3rd and 4th, are for a play called How I Got That Story, and it's a Vietnam War play. We're doing a Vietnam War memory project where we hope to get as many Vietnam veterans from the community involved with the production, get Asian members of the community involved with the production, particularly people from Vietnam. But it's a play that covers the entire experience of the Vietnam War, and we want our students to learn firsthand from the historical figures that live in our community.
Wow, that is quite an undertaking. How did that come about?
Well, it started in 2007 when we did a memory project with South Pacific around World War II. And we got involved with Pearl Harbor survivors at that time. And mostly people who had been in the Pacific Islands conflicts. Then we did, that was successful, so we wanted to continue the trend. And we had, for my money, even more successful with the Korean War. We did MASH. We couple it with a production that's relevant to the theater of war. And the president at that time thought that it was a great thing to keep going and said, when are you going to do Vietnam? And I said, well, let me rest. Because we did those like back to back. Yeah. It's very labor intensive. It's very much marries me to the theater building from sunrise to sunset. But I'm ready, and we've laid the groundworks. And I've worked with some other departments like the English department and public speaking, working with other departments, getting ready for it. It's going to be quite the show.
Wow, I was going to say, I didn't even realize that was all going on. So I'm glad to let our viewers know and understand about that. It's so comprehensive. So it's not only a learning in terms of history, but it's learning for the theater and for what, set building? What else will people learn from all of this?
We hope to have things like everything that's relevant to the period and to the event as well as to the theatrical arts aspect of it. So yeah, set building, cosmetology will be involved. We'll be doing fashion, lots of history, the psychology of war, public speaking, interviewing veterans, partnering veterans with students. We hope to do some work here in the studio with WSRE perhaps and video the interviews between the students and the veterans and create a YouTube channel where we can post the videos and create what we call a memory artifact, and that's why it's a memory project.
Quite an amazing undertaking. Will the music department be involved in that?
Well, it's not a musical, it's a play,
right.
But we support everything that the theater department does. In fact, when we do musicals, we try to use our students to give them that experience to play in the pit in the musical theater realm of our theater program. So it gives them experience playing musicals.
You know, I have a daughter in high school, and she's very interested in music. She also looks into other areas. Do you feel that obviously for you and for lots of people living here, that music type degrees are very viable for individuals that have talent and are interested. So let's talk about that and your curriculum.
Well, as I said before, our curriculum mirrors the universities. We teach music theory, ear training. We teach students piano. If they don't know how to play piano, they have to pass a proficiency exam. They have to be a proficient on one instrument. And we give juries every semester where the students play for the faculty. And so that when they leave here, they'll be ready to go in their junior and senior year, wherever they decide to go. And we have students that go all over the United States for the rest of their degree.
So I would say being a musician is definitely a viable option, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. You have to be versatile. You got to be able to do a lot of different things nowadays. But I haven't worked a day in 40 years. And it's been a great career for me.
You hadn't missed a day of work.
Well, I probably haven't.
Yeah. And as far as, do you spend a lot of time advising students?
I do. I advise all of our music and theater students. They come in to see me. We talk about what they want to do in life, and then we guide them through the curriculum. Most of them are on scholarship through student activities and scholarships that we get from the foundation.
That's wonderful. What about Friends of the Performing Arts? What can you tell us about that?
That's a booster group that we've started several years ago that encourages people to donate to our department and enables us to buy things that are out of our budget to make our program first class. So.
Well, you know, so often arts get the axe, so to be able to have a friends group like that to help, I imagine, is key. What are your thoughts on that?
It's absolutely key. I think that the arts, not only music but theater, are undervalued by corporate America to some extent, but the first thing that people want to do when they get off work is go be entertained. So we're that side of the coin. So I actually have a section of my theater major handbook that helps students deal with questions from relatives of what are you going to do with a theater degree?
Right.
And the skills that you learn by being an actor and by being a singer and by being a dancer. I tell them that one of America's #1 exports is our entertainment industry. How much money the movies make from Hollywood and just how much money there is out there. And how you can be a success. You don't have to make it in LA or New York to be a success. You can have a real good life as a theater artist. All you have to do is be willing to not work every day.
Right.
Exactly. So, you know, very viable jobs, and certainly I think you would both agree that the state of the arts are doing very well in this area.
Great.
Yeah.
Going great.
And
very strong.
PSC is very involved.
As deep as we can get.
Yeah. Well, I wish you continued success. Appreciate your time. And if anybody has any more information or needs more information, they can go to your website or contact your departments directly.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, we hope you've enjoyed learning more about our prolific performing arts community in part 3 of our series on the arts here along the Gulf Coast. We appreciate all of our guests this evening from the Pensacola Opera, Pensacola Little Theater, UWF, and PSC's Performing Arts departments. Truly awesome organizations with fabulous stories to tell and a huge variety of performances for you to enjoy. I sincerely hope you'll have a chance to get out and experience some of their wonderful works very soon. I also want to remind you that pieces of art from area galleries and tickets to shows at the Sanger Little Theater and other area performing arts centers make unique and thoughtful Christmas and holiday gifts. On the next edition of In Studio, Ramika Vincent Leary will switch gears and host a program showcasing senior citizens who remain active in their lives and in the community. So be sure to tune in for that. I'll be back again on another edition of In Studio in January. Until then, I leave you this December evening with this. In As You Like It, William Shakespeare famously wrote, "All the world's a stage." And in an essay on man, Alexander Pope famously stated, "Act well your part, there all the honor lies." I say, enjoy it, the life, enjoy it well, this season of hope and love. I'm Sherry Hemminghouse Weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon on In Studio or maybe in your own backyard. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.